boy's got good-looking sideburns. Hey, what's up? It's Jason Cage from B96 Radio in Chicago, and you're listening to the Hoppe and Super Rich Show.
All right, what's up? This is the Hoppe and Super Rich Show. I'm Ryan Hoppe.
I am Ryan SuperRICH.
And I'm Ryan Risky.
And we also have our guy, our contributor, K-Wall here.
What
but
up?
Live on the Hoppe and Super Rich Show. One of the top up-and-coming bands to watch out for. These guys are legit, and I am proud to have them here live. These guys aren't like some bands. Because I've come across a lot of bands, guys that tweeted me, check out their work, but they have these mirror pics on their Twitter profiles, and they just seem so arrogant and unlikable. But these guys have legit talent, and they don't walk around like they are God's gift to the earth.
And they'll play a little bit for us, too, so the listeners can hear what they sound like and how awesome they are.
But first,
great.
But first, I'm going to introduce them. We have David and Robert Ruiz from Blu Line, live on the Hoppe and Super Rich Show. What's up, boys?
Hey, guys,
what's
how's
up,
it going?
everybody?
We are doing great. So this is your first radio interview, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
How badass does it feel to be live in the Chicago radio market talking to the audience?
It's pretty amazing. You know, we're really excited. We're really happy to be able to get our sound out there, especially in Chicago.
We're really grateful.
I bet you guys are really grateful because you guys are really humble. And is that the approach that you especially like to take? Because a lot of guys nowadays are so arrogant and cocky. Like when I met you guys during the podcast I was recording when I met you guys, you were so humble. So is that the approach you always go with?
Well, the thing is that, I mean, we just really want to get our music heard. We have something to say. We think that people can relate to it, and
right. So we just kind of take the approach that our music will do the talking. You know, we don't want to puff ourselves up. You know, we just really want to just do our own music. You know, that's
we're just
really
grateful if someone can hear the music and relate to it, and be grateful for it. And I mean that just makes us the happiest when someone can relate to it and just know, you know what I mean, that there's people out there that feel the same way.
Right. So let's get a little bit of a backstory on you guys.
Okay.
Where did you guys grow up, and where did you guys go to school and everything? How did you guys sort of form this group?
Okay, cool. So we grew up in Logan Square, Chicago.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah. So our dad's a pastor. So we grew up singing in church. But when we got older, we actually decided to go on our own and do our own music thing. So we started off separate, and then actually only a couple of years ago we decided to officially combine forces, so to speak. And then we auditioned for X Factor, and we made it onto the show, and we made it all the way through boot camp. And so that's kind of how Blu Line got started.
And we're brothers as well.
Oh, right.
And now,
we're brothers, so.
Oh, yeah.
Just to throw that in.
Now, which one of you began singing first? Was it Robert or David?
Well, Robert's the older brother, so he actually started singing first.
I actually started singing. Actually, it was after our mother passed away.
Okay.
I was 7 years old. David was about 5 or 6.
Yeah, I was like 5.
And our mother passed away, and it was then that we just started singing out of nowhere. Like, it literally just came out.
Well, actually, honestly, like, he started singing, and he would, like, do all these crazy impersonations. Like, he'd impersonate, like, Stevie Wonder. And, like, I'd be like, what the hell? Where did that come from? You know, like, my dad would be, like, super amazed. So I kind of would just, like, look up to him. You know what I mean?
And then it turned out that you guys were naturals.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had to actually practice a lot. I'm not going to lie. Like, I was super, super bad when I first started. I'd be like, Rob, can you show me something? And after time, you know, it just kind of...
What did Rob do to help guide you and teach you along the way? Like, what were some of the advice that a 7-year-old was giving a 5-year-old?
A 7-year-old. Well, I probably didn't ask him. Like, you know, I've always been like super independent. Right. I'd always been super independent, so I wanted to do my own thing. So like, I'd ask him in secret. You know, it'd be like really late at night, and I'd be like, "Hey, psst, Rob, hey, how do you do that thing with your voice?" You know, it's like, like, how do you do that? It's like shaking or something. He'd be like, "Oh, so you want to learn, young Padawan?" You know,
young Padawan.
Yeah. So I don't know. What did you say, Rob? I don't really remember.
I honestly don't even know. I just remember. I don't know, just telling you how to do it, like breathing from your stomach and just things that it felt natural back then. Then later on, I learned the technique of what it, you know, the professional words that you use to describe music.
Here's what I think it is. You guys, or when we are kids, we are so easily influenced. Like, I
Yes.
listen to radio shows and they're edgy, and you don't know if it's right or wrong, but when you hear something for the first time, you are just so influenced.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
I see in you guys is you heard Wonder, you heard Michael Jackson,
Yes,
and you just go, that's what I want to
exactly.
do. I heard radio shows, so did my co-host, and they realized that's what they wanted to do. So
Right.
wouldn't you agree, when you heard the music, you sort of formed a talent, and you're like, hell yeah, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, what
That's exactly how it was. Actually, I remember when I was about like 6 or 7 years old, I remember being at my aunt's house. I was in the basement and we were watching TV. I remember seeing 2 music videos.
You were watching MTV.
Yeah, and it was 2
we were
music
only allowed
videos
to watch
that
MTV
aired,
at
and
my
it
aunt's
was
house.
Michael Jackson's Thriller music video and Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You music video.
That's a great video.
And I knew after watching those 2 videos that one, I wanted to sing, like crazy sing, you know what I mean? And then the second was I wanted to perform and be that dancer and that performer that Michael Jackson was as well.
What was it about these influences that drew you in and made you know that you have a passion for this? You want to do it. Like how for us, it's radio, listening to some shows, finally getting on the air to do some stuff. We all knew this is what we want to do. We want to be doing this. We have a strong passion for it, and we'll do anything to get it in to do it or get our foot in the door to do anything. Like, what was it that drew you guys in to make you think like that?
Well, growing up,
I think that the biggest thing was probably getting across that emotion that we were able to connect with all the people that like we looked up to, and that was like really big for us, you know, especially having lost our mom, and you know, just kind of some of the things that we went through. We just kind of want to share that, and so that people can relate with that the way that we related to the people that we looked up to growing up, you know.
So tell me, how did you guys come up with the group name Blu Line?
funny thing is that we actually were writing songs together.
Yeah.
And we were like, we need a name. We need a group name. We don't just want to be just Rob and Dave. We don't want to be, you know what I mean? So we're like, you know, we were talking to our dad about it. And then we sent an audition video to X Factor. And then they actually called back and said, we want you on the show, but we need an official name. And we were like, oh, crap, we don't have a name.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
You know?
we did have a name, but the name, I guess, was for the show was like not appropriate.
Oh, really?
What was the name?
What was the name?
Our
Yeah.
name was Under the Influence. Right.
Well, I mean, that's not too bad.
Right. You know, we kind of thought of it as under the influence of like music, so to speak. You know.
Maybe, possibly.
Right.
Maybe you're under the influence
Right.
of other things, but it's the music part.
Right.
Music.
Exactly. Right.
Now, how far did you guys make it in X Factor?
we got to the end of boot camp actually. So,
Okay.
So the show flies you out. We went to
Miami.
no. First we went to Kansas City actually.
yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're all over the place.
Right. We
Yeah.
auditioned
Golly.
in
It
Kansas
was a long
City.
process.
Did you have good barbecue in Kansas City?
We actually, you know what? We actually didn't get to enjoy anything from Kansas City because we drove all
that
night from
sucks.
Chicago.
They have great barbecue out in Kansas
I
City.
bet they
It's
do.
phenomenal.
I bet
I
they
wish
do.
we could.
Like literally,
We
my
missed
dad
out.
drove from Chicago there on no sleep, and at
We
8
stood in
o'clock
line at, like,
a.m. we
5
had to
in the
get
morning.
in line and then audition. So we were on maybe 2 hours of sleep.
Did you guys get on air at all on
Yeah,
TV?
We didn't get on TV. We
Well-
got on the previous, like everything is previously recorded technically. But
Yeah.
I mean,
We didn't air
they
any
had
of
like
our
snippets
segments.
of
Well,
us,
so,
but
like,
they didn't actually have.
But the lights were on your face. Like
Yeah.
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 Oh,
I mean, we
were in
have,
front
like-
of the like Demi Lovato, Simon Cowell, L.A. Reid.
If you go-
and
if you-
Britney Spears.
If you check out our Facebook, there's
are
like some
Blu Line.
screenshots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will tweet that out at Hoppe Radio 893. Now, I've been doing radio for 2 years, and I've been networking left and right, and I've
Sweet.
been on a few different radio shows in like San Francisco, New York, Cleveland.
wow.
And it's weird when you're talking to these guys and you go, holy crap, I'm live on the air. People are watching me. What is that like? Because it was so thrilling for me. I got the chills when I'm on these shows and you're just talking to these professionals. So what is it like for you when you're singing with your great talent in front of guys like Simon Cowell and people like Demi Lovato? Like, what is that moment like? Like, how surreal is it for you guys?
I mean, honestly, it's as surreal as you can imagine.
I almost crapped my pants. No, I'm just kidding. I was really just really honored to just be there and to be able to sing in front of them.
Yeah.
It allowed us to grow a lot as
we grew
artists.
a lot.
Where were some of the coolest places you guys have performed over the years? Maybe your favorite venues, or just like a place where the atmosphere was just electric and you never wanted to get off the stage.
Actually, we performed recently in Bolingbrook.
Yeah, in Bolingbrook.
Where at?
At their town center.
Yeah, it was actually
And it
for
was
like
a
this
huge crowd. There was like we didn't expect it to be that many people, but there was a ton of people. I mean, it was awesome though.
What type of show was it?
It was actually like a compilation of different artists.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Right.
and so we went on before like the big group.
Before the
We
opener.
opened.
Hell yeah.
Before we opened like right before them, and there were when we looked out onto the like area that it was on, there was like thousands of people there.
Oh
It was
my
it
God.
was like one of the greatest. That and X Factor, like we were like in
Yeah.
front of like maybe like 5,000 people in X Factor.
The adrenaline must have been really running then. Now, you've performed at some pretty cool places. Do you guys have like a dream arena to perform in? Or a
Madison
dream
Square
city?
Garden.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's cliche,
You
but
guys
I have
deserve to be
say
on there, though. You
Madison
guys
Square
should be
Garden.
on
It's
there.
definitely got to be Madison Square Garden. That's definitely a huge dream to sell it out,
And now, I've come on air before, especially when I first began doing radio, and my speech, I would just bomb. I didn't know what I was saying. Even here on WNUR, when I've gotten so good, there's times where my shows aren't as good. Have you guys ever performed, and you just have to be honest to yourself, and you say, wow, that was crap? Or not even crap, but you just go, why did we suck so bad?
Okay, you know how many, performing live is up and down. You never know what's going to happen when you go to a different venue and, the DJ has, one cordless mic and one lapel. So now we have to, clip it onto our shirt. Like, we've had some pretty crazy experiences, but...
tripping over each other on a one-person catwalk.
That was probably
runway.
the worst one. So we decided to. Well, we got into this performance at a fashion show. We were doing.
Oh, hell yeah!
It was
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
There were some beautiful ladies there, and we were super pumped. But we looked at the stage, and literally, it's like maybe 2 feet wide, and it's a catwalk
of women.
All the way down. Well, that's all that
catwalk,
a catwalk, and that's all that we had to perform on. So we have this whole show set for like the stage, and we get out there and it's a catwalk. So we did our best with it, but afterwards we were kind of like, what was that?
Are a lot of your guys' songs based on your own experiences, or is a lot of your songs just based on things that come to your head and you're just like in the zone and you're writing down lyrics and it all just comes together?
Well, normally when we sit down to write a song, there's usually an inspired feeling behind it.
Right.
There's a story behind it. There's either something that someone is going through, something that we're going through. Especially a lot of these songs that we wrote for our EP that's coming soon. Mm-hmm. Those were personal experiences, which is why it's called Soundtrack of Our Lives.
Right.
And so, basically they were inspired by things that we have gone through and things,
Yeah, because basically it has to be inspired from an emotion.
Yeah. Because that's the worst part about music now. It's all about Pop and Molly, and there's not even lyrics. Like,
There's
no one
nothing
writes their own
meaningful.
lyrics anymore. So when you're writing a song, maybe it's about something traumatic that happened in your life. I'm not saying you guys cry while you're writing the lyrics, but is there a part where it's like, it's so hard to write it that you have to, it takes a few weeks just because it brings so much emotion, and you want it to be the best, but at the same time, it's like, it's just such a powerful song.
Yeah.
It's taking forever.
It's so great that you understand that, because when we're writing songs, we get super emotional.
Oh yeah.
So we have to
really hard at
close
first.
ourselves off from everyone,
Yeah.
because one lit why didn't they say hi? We get so emotional about
I
it.
bet, I bet.
We get our feelings hurt because we are getting we have to dig deep enough so that our music is honest.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, what was the first song you guys wrote, and what's the story behind it?
The first song we ever wrote is actually called
The Night Is Young.
The Night Is Young.
It's a party song.
It's like this
It's a
awesome,
party song.
Yeah, it's like this awesome party song that, I just turned 21.
Oh, how old are you guys now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just turned 21, and I was going out a lot.
Oh, I bet. Why not?
Yeah, and so like our team brought us this really awesome dance beat, and
that's what they brought.
right. So they bring it to us, and I'm like, oh, I can totally write to this. And so basically, it's about the night being young, and turn the music up, fill our cup, that kind of thing.
Now, I'm not a gay man. I love looking at women, but I will be honest when I say you guys are very good-looking guys. I can tell how girls would be attractive. You're humble. You have swagger, and you guys are young adults who like to party. So, do you ever just have it where you guys are like the fridge and the girls are just like magnets and they just come onto you when you walk into a building at like a fashion show? Like, how have the ladies been treating you lately?
Honestly, I wish it was like that. Actually, it's like that for David, maybe.
No, okay, so basically, we have to be very careful because, like, after we do a show, actually when we did the Bowling Brook show, we were signing autographs and taking pictures for an hour, maybe 2 hours afterwards. Yeah. So they were like a mob in front of us.
And do girls just like try to give you their numbers? And
we get a lot of girls' numbers.
Damn, why don't we get this?
We need that kind of royal
The problem
treatment.
is that we're always working,
Yeah.
So it's like, I'd love to hang out. Hey, why don't you come to this radio station that we're going to do?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So we're pretty busy.
So we're pretty badass for getting you guys first.
Yeah.
Now, what do your parents think? Like, yeah, your songs are about your life, but when you make a song about partying and they see women just flocking to you and you guys come from a more religious, moral family, do your parents ever get worried that you're going to go down the path of such douchebags, this is me saying it, as like Austin Mahone or Bieber? Or do they have trust in you that you will make the right decisions while living a young life?
I think at this point they have trust in us.
At this point, definitely.
Oh,
Not in the beginning.
Right, we'll say at this point for sure.
And maybe in a year or two, no more. But
Well, we'll see what happens. I think at first they were, my dad's a pastor.
yeah, oh yeah.
So he was a little weary, my stepmom, she's amazing. We love her so much. And she, she's really always looking out for her boys,
It's the same way with me because my dad is really religious. He does communion every Friday. Whenever he's got a free day, he goes to daily mass. So he didn't like it when I watched adult cartoons as a kid. He didn't like it that I grew up kind of fast and I like listening to edgy radio and uncensored rap. So my dad's sort of on board with what I'm doing with edgy FM talk radio, but he's not. So are your parents on board with what you're doing?
First question is, does he listen to your show?
I don't think he does. My mom listens and she gets
That's
on board.
awesome.
But my dad, he always listens to the most edgy segments. He doesn't listen to the ones that actually have thought and provoke.
Right.
He always listens to the one when I call a girl a dumb something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so they're pretty supportive. I think after a while they saw how committed we are and how we put this first. Definitely, music is number one.
Respect for our music,
as well. There have been times, when they're not the happiest with what we do.
Sure.
But
with all the content,
they understand. We're pretty grown, and they respect that, and so that's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, you said you guys are signing autographs and taking pictures after the Bolingbrook concert. Can you describe the feeling, signing your first couple autographs, taking your first couple pictures? What was the feeling like when that was happening?
it was surreal.
Yeah, I was smiling so hard. Like, my cheeks were killing me because I couldn't stop smiling. But after a while, it was getting really hard to smile. But, when on the way home, we were just kind of like, super pumped, obviously. We're, going crazy.
It's hard to sleep after that.
Yeah.
I can imagine,
at the same time, I mean, it was just awesome. Like, you don't think that you're going to get that kind of reaction. You just go out there, put your heart out there on the stage, and just try to do your best. And then when you see that kind of reaction, it's just like, wow, like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how it felt more. Like, thank you for actually taking the time out, you know what I mean, to actually want us to sign or take pictures with you. So, I mean, we were just more than happy to do it.
They see future stars ahead of everyone else.
That's awesome.
Why can't more musicians be like you guys? All these guys are too good for their audience. It's like, if it wasn't for the fans, Bieber would be nothing or Austin Mahone would be nothing. So that's what I love about you guys. You try to meet every fan. Like, that's really awesome.
We try.
Well, I think that sometimes, I can't vouch for somebody like Bieber.
Yeah,
but
that's just
I think
me
sometimes
saying it.
it's easy for some, to get misunderstood because, after a while we're out there and we're signing and we would love to take a picture with every single one. But so we did a parade a week later in Bolingbrook. We actually won first place.
Nice.
So it was really cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was
Congrats,
awesome.
yeah.
So, all these girls, they're following us as we're going through the whole parade. They walked like an entire mile to come take pictures
Wow,
with
you
us.
guys are lucky men. Jesus Christ.
It was amazing, but, the people we were with, they had to keep moving, and, there's like other floats behind us, and they almost got run over. So, it's easy for somebody like an artist, we got to go to, when we say we got to go, we can't really sign any more autographs to come off, maybe a little arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
But,
But it's not arrogant because you guys are so likable. They know that
Right.
you can't be there forever.
It's sort of impossible to sign
still
every
took
single
pictures of
autograph, right?
we did end up, we were like, you know what, actually, I'm sorry,
We
you
took
guys
at
are going to
least
have to
one
wait. We're going to
picture.
take pictures
Right.
with them.
Now, do you guys have any upcoming events that we should be aware about? Anywhere that you guys are going to be performing in the future?
As of right now, we're really working hard on getting onto radio.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we're going to
That's
play you on
important,
here. And I was talking to Lewis. I'm going to get you on my media network because we need to get you guys on
Yeah.
the radio. Because once
Yeah.
you guys are on, you guys will be number one in the charts. I'm calling it right now at 2:54 in the morning on WNUR. You guys will be number one
Sweet. That would
because
be
you are
great.
homegrown talent. You're humble, and you don't put hair gel in your hair. You don't have a douche vibe. Like, you guys, I promise you right now,
Wow, thank
Hoppy is
you.
calling it. You're about to take over. I
Thank you.
swear to God.
That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
music is
honestly.
such a huge
Yeah.
part of the music industry
Yeah.
that we really want to be able to get, out there, our music heard by.
Oh,
as many
you will.
people
And
as
talent's the
possible.
most important thing, and I think you guys certainly have the talent
Thank you.
to do so. So
And
that's,
there are
that's a good
people
thing.
who have the talent, but they're so unlikable. No manager wants to work with them. Like Chief Keef, say what you want about him, but he just got dropped by his label because they couldn't take working with him. So that's why you guys are going to go so far, is because there's so many people with talent out there around our age of being in the young 20s,
Yeah.
but they're so hard to work with. No one wants to work with them. So that's why I see you guys
Thank
kicking
you.
ass and going top of the charts, taking over Pharrell or whatever is number one.
That means
Nice.
a lot. to
Yeah,
us.
that-
means
thank you so much, because-
honestly.
Yeah, we
just
really
means
just
so
want to
much.
make sure that we focus on the music aspect of it. If we do, get signed and make as much money as that, I would really hope that doesn't get in the way. I can't make any promises, but we really do try to focus as much as we can on our music because we do write our own music, and we actually write for other artists in Chicago too. So
Nice.
So that's what really we want to focus on, the music.
Now, what's your guys' favorite song that you've written? And you want to give us the story behind those ones?
Well, we probably have two different ones. I've written probably the song that we're going to do today is called One More Night.
Okay.
It has
a
kind
great
of like a
song.
hip hop R&B
nice.
More of a
R&B
hip-hop
vibe to
R&B
it.
vibe.
And I just like that because it's a story about something that I was going through.
Yeah.
And you guys will be able to hear it. It's
Yeah.
Very cool.
yeah. So I don't know what's yours,
For
Rob?
me, it was a song called Heartbreaking Love, which is a little more pop and country rock undertoned. And I just liked it most because of what the song is about. And it was more vocally challenging than any of the other songs that we wrote.
And now, since you guys have all these songs coming out, all these upcoming events, girls coming up to you, you're at a fashion show, I'm sure you guys go to parties. What's the craziest offer that's happened at a party? Or what's the craziest event that right now when I'm asking this, you're just going, oh my God, that's what it was. What's the craziest thing that's happened to you guys at a party?
Well, honestly, okay, so like I said, you remember I told you about that song that I wrote when I was 21.
Yeah.
But especially when I was 21, I used to love to go out.
Who doesn't? It's fun.
Yeah.
I just turned 21.
I was just
so.
super rowdy. I was like, almost douchebag rowdy, but I would try to, I get
Yeah.
some liquor in me. I don't even know. But We got
Just
into
some,
we,
just
we
a little
actually
bit.
got into like this pretty crazy fight at
What the hell?
Yeah. Well,
You're
these
lying.
guys followed us to our car.
Okay, well that's when
And
it
I was
happens.
like, dude, why are you following us to our car? I think they were trying to rob us. I don't even know. It was at Wrigley. And
well, Wrigley's weird. Like
Yeah.
it's just a weird
They
vibe
were-
of just crazy drunk people that need to get their life together.
They just literally followed us to our car, and it just was a horrible situation that we never ever want to be in again.
yeah.
and now,
So
go
we
on.
were just lucky to get out of it, honestly.
And now you guys have so many girls that flock to you. Do you ever have it where like you have to like double check which girl you're sending a text to because you have so many you talk to? Like, how are the women treating
I
you?
wish. It honestly, we're just so immersed in the music that
Yeah.
it's just.
I think I
wish
would
I had
label
more
us
girls.
more as, a lot of people would think that we're like players, but
We're not.
we're more like relationship guys. Honestly,
That is
like,
great.
Hopeless romantics. No,
Like
I'm
I
kidding.
prefer
I'm
I
kidding.
prefer to be in a
I like
relationship
that term, yeah.
over
Just like us.
Yeah,
over
okay,
trying
good. I'm
to
good
manage
company.
different girls. It's just
Yeah.
it's too much work. I'd rather just put all my effort into one amazing girl
Who's
than
worth it.
into
And girls are
Yeah.
so hard to goddamn read, man. You think
Yeah.
you have a lead going and then you strike out.
But sometimes that's the best thing about them.
Oh yeah, because then it's just you move on.
That's what makes you like them more. You're like,
Right.
damn you.
Right.
All right,
Like,
and
why
now,
can't I-
yeah, before we get you to perform live, your name is Blu Line because
Yeah.
you guys grew up in Logan Square.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up in Logan Square? And then I have another question for you.
Okay, well, it's a lot different actually now to
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Logan
Back in
Square
the
back
day-
then is a lot different than Logan Square now. Back then, growing up in Logan Square,
We were pretty sheltered, so we were lucky.
Well, that's
However, our dad was the executive director of a street intervention program for the YMCA.
yeah, he's actually been in the
Cool.
newspaper. He's been
Right.
like he
Which-
was a Chicagoan of the year.
right.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
basically, what he
That's
did
nice.
was he helped guys who were in gangs either get out of gangs.
What a
He-
great
he
man. Why don't
also
we have
helped-
more like him?
He also helped negotiate peace between rivalry gangs. So that way, you know what I mean, there wouldn't be any shooting going on.
Does he have any organization that we can promote? Because we need more of this. Because there's
I
too much
know.
going on in Chicago.
He actually is going to start getting back into that soon.
Well,
He doesn't
yeah.
have-
Right now, he actually does it. He retired from the YMCA,
Yeah.
and he's actually pastoring full time. So he
Right.
does it through the church now.
Okay.
So
Right.
he's still doing the same thing. Like if you come to visit our church, it's Urban Rock
Okay.
Church. We meet at the Logan Square YMCA.
Yeah.
We actually sing there every Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
support our dad.
If you guys ever need us to promote any events there, I love to because
Awesome.
there's so much chaos, animosity, anger that goes on in Chicago that I haven't met your dad, but I love your dad because we need more people like him as he's a Chicagoan of the year, trying to fix this city that's so great,
Yeah.
that has craziness. And speaking
Yeah.
of the craziness, you guys took the Blu Line to hang out with your friends,
Yeah.
go to church, go to school. What are some of the craziest things you've seen on the CTA? I've been on there 5 times in my life, maybe 5 to 10.
5 times.
And every time I go on, I'm never disappointed. What are some of the craziest things?
It's definitely never disappointing.
Of course not.
It's always entertaining,
Yeah,
probably,
it
no matter
is.
what time
I
of
mean,
day,
From
right?
mean-
music to
To
Fights.
fights, or like people peeing while you're sitting
I've
there.
seen that.
It's
Right.
like,
That doesn't
you're
surprise
just
me.
gonna pee, right? Oh, okay. It's
and the
kinda-
Blue Line is actually
I'm gonna go to
probably
a different car, kind of thing.
the best one out of all of them.
Yeah, my favorite thing is always when I get to see some awesome musician,
Yeah.
at one of the stops. That's probably like my favorite part of riding the.
Wait,
CTA.
have you guys seen the guy that's always performing on the Jackson stop on the Red
on
Line?
the Red Line?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
That guy's
Yeah,
famous.
He's so good. Yeah.
And
Sign
now,
him a
so many
deal.
good guys.
and now, since we were talking about performing, sing us your best song. Sing us the song. If there's a record label out there listening, sign Blu Line right now. To everyone in the Chicago market, here is Blu Line performing live on a Hoppe and Super Rich show.
Okay.
Well, this is an original song by Blue Line, Rob and Dave, called One More Night.
You ready?
Yep. We don't agree I can't get over. One more night, would you be my lover? We always making sweet love after fighting. This time we lost the war. So we'll be going all night till the morning, just so we even the score. When the sun comes up, baby, it's all over. One more night, would you be my lover?
I don't know what happened, but we didn't make it through. Could've sworn we were happy up. I guess that wasn't true, cause I cheat and you lie and we stress and we fight, then we sex. It's fine, we forget why we even started fighting. It's just this crazy circle that we're spinning in, and I must admit this thing is getting dizzying, and it's true. The love is gone and it can't be recovered. But one more night, would you be my lover? Sweet love after fighting. This time we lost the war. So we'll be going all night till the morning, just so we even the score. When the sun comes up, baby, it's all over. Oh, one more night, would you be my lover? Oh, on the bed, all the things that we said. On the floor, on the bed, all the things that we said. On the couch, in the tub, woman night, making love. On the floor, on the bed, all the things, hey, that we said. Singing on the floor,
on the bed, all the things that we said. On the couch, in the tub,
yeah.
woman night, making love. So we'll be going all night till the morning, just so we even the score. When the sun comes up, baby, it's all over. Oh, one more night, would you be my lover? One more night, one more night. One more night, one more night, one more night.
I mean, like, what is there to say? Like, to say you guys have talent isn't even close.
It's an
to it.
understatement.
Yeah, like, you guys are so damn talented. Like
That was phenomenal.
Wow. Thank you so much.
this time
That's
next
so great.
year,
Thank you.
I'm calling it right now. You will be #1 this time next year. Super Rich whispered in my ear, "This is so damn good." I mean,
Wow,
you guys are phenomenal. I cannot wait to collaborate
That
with you
means a
guys,
lot.
promoting
Yeah,
it
definitely.
on my show. Once you guys get the music out, I'll feature you on my network. Everything with Lewis, my mentor. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys like.
Yeah, I mean, I had goosebumps.
Me too.
Literally on my
Thanks
cheeks.
so much.
Yeah,
That's
and
so awesome.
I'm not kidding when I say this. You're going to save music because all the boy bands right now, because we need a resurgence in boy bands because there hasn't been NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or 98 Degrees. Jesus, I know my boy bands. But it's all overseas,
There's nothing
guys.
wrong with
So do
that.
we,
There's
so
nothing
do
wrong
we.
with knowing some boy
nothing
bands.
wrong at all with that.
Oh, no, thanks.
They're all from overseas. You guys are going to represent Chicago. And this is my prediction. In 10 years, you will have the greatest. You guys will be exploding in 10 years, bigger than ever. And it'll just be like, you represent Chicago. You will replace Kanye West's name. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, that was amazing that you can
Wow,
sing it
thank you so
live
much.
at 3 a.m.
And it's definitely unique music too, which I think is really nice. You know, it's not your classic stuff. It's very unique, which I like.
You know,
Thank you
we
so
try
much.
to do.
Thank you.
We try not to limit ourselves, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, we really like to write songs for everyone or anything that we're going through. So, you know, we have that kind of music. We also have some pretty, you know, uplifting. We have some great pop music. You know, we did some of them on.
Yeah. On Talk Avenue.
Yeah, Talk Avenue.
And now, before we let you go, where can people find your work online? Because WNUR has a great following. Our show does phenomenal in podcast listens. So even if someone's not up right now at 3:07 a.m. on a Sunday morning listening, they will hear this on all of the apps are on, my website, my podcast page. So where can people find your work so you can get signed immediately?
I mean, any social media. I mean, we have YouTube. You can look up youtube.com/Blu Line Bros, BROS. You can look up facebook.com/official Blu Line.
Twitter?
Twitter is We Are Blu Line because they didn't have official Blu Line available.
Somebody took it.
Right.
God damn it.
Right. I don't even know how that happened. And then Instagram is official Blu Line, and that's BLU.line.
Yes.
Before we let you go, I'm gonna have you guys write all that down. I will tweet it out at Hoppy Radio 893
Okay, cool.
and put it on the Hoppy and Super Rich Show page and on my nice iPhone. I filmed you guys singing, so you will have
Wow.
it live singing on the air. I mean, there was no autotune, folks. That wasn't pre-recorded.
No.
That was live. You guys have pure talent.
Thank
well,
you so much.
David and Robert Ruiz of Blu Line have been live on the Hoppy and Super Rich Show. We cannot thank you enough.
It was
And-
an honor having you guys on.
Thank
It's an honor
you
to
so
be
much
here,
for having
honestly.
us here. Like,
And
I'd love to come back
yeah.
anytime, you know.
We're not sure if the show's going to be on again because I'm possibly relocating to a different city, but the show will continue online, so we will figure out a way to incorporate it online because this might be the last show or it might not be. Either way, you're going to be back because I want to talk more about your career and everything going on.
Awesome.
Also, I want to get your take on just the news and life in general and just things that have happened in your life because you guys are so fascinating.
I don't know if you'd like
Thank
our
you.
point of view. I mean, we're pretty conservative.
That would bring
honestly,
good
you
radio
know?
because these guys usually agree with me, so I think I need you guys
It would
to
bring
kind
a
of,
differencing of opinion,
Yeah,
which is good.
yeah.
it would
Yeah.
put me in my place,
I
maybe,
mean, no,
possibly.
honestly, I love,
We're
love,
independent.
you know, debating or just talking about
Cool.
different things. You know, if I'm talking to people that have the same views, then it's kind of almost pointless. You know what I mean? I love to.
Oh yeah, we need to get you on. That would be some good radio. Us debating about something and just reading the news.
And hopefully you guys will be able to be on other radio stations now
Yes.
that you've been on this one. Hopefully
Yes.
people are listening. People will contact
Oh,
you.
people will listen.
Blue
on
Line,
demand.
BLU.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. And
All right.
hopefully you guys can be, on a bigger terrestrial radio station because that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
That would be awesome.
this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you guys have like a big logo yet?
You know, we've actually been working with a few different artists. We have this awesome artist. His name is Rick Torres, and he designed our original logo, and that was actually 2 years ago when we were gonna be on X Factor. So because of different things that have gone on since then, our name has had to add the dot just because of different copyright kind of things.
Yeah,
So
I think it looks more unique too. I like it.
Good.
Yeah, it has to
I'm
be-
glad you think so.
And so we're planning on revamping, but we do have a symbol, and if you go on our Instagram, it's on there.
All right, David and Robert Ruiz, thank you for coming on the Hoppy and Super Rich Show, and we will have you on soon.
Awesome,
Thank
thank
you
you for
so
having
much.
us.
Thanks, guys.
All right, call the show, 847-866-WNUR. It's 847-866-9687. If you maybe want to get a quick comment in during this quick song break, call now. Or don't touch that dial as I will go on a rant about why I hate Honey Boo Boo, much more. What a transition. Go from talking to humble guys who are great people to me going on a rant.
Awesome.
All right, we will be right back on the Hoppy and Super Rich Show on WNUR. Don't touch that dial, folks.
The Hoppy and Super Rich Show.
This is an official broadcast of Hoppy Radio. For more info, check out hoppyradio.com and hoppysworld.com.